Hi everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I apologise with my nose and my throat. I feel like I've got a little cold or something coming. My nose is a bit blocked up and my voice is a bit croaky. So, as if you've been following me, you know I've finished my mixed media challenge and Amanda from Scrimping Money has started a new mixed media challenge 2. It's going to be slightly different from the last one because it's going to be colour and word prompts only. So you're going to have to make your, items, whatever you're going to use for your project. There's no providing of any printouts or anything like that, apart from I'll show you a colour chart. So I'm going to continue in my mixed media book because I've got enough room. So I've just made a little pocket for the first, so that I can put the bits and pieces in. I'll show you what she's providing. So what you're going to get is a colour chart each week of colours that you need to use, try and make up, and also prompts. So the prompts for this first week 1 challenge are leaves, to use a book page, paint and texture. So these are the things that we have to get into our mixed media piece. And I thought it'd be lovely to keep these. Once I've used them, I'll staple that together and then I can pop them in my little pocket and have a look back at them and what prompts. So the sentiments she's given us to use are be mindful and leaves remind us everything changes. So those are our words that we're going to use. So what I've done, because it's quite colourful, this calendar, this old calendar I'm using, I've gone ahead and got a plain piece of A4 to fit the page, and I've covered it with some old book pages. So I've gone ahead and stuck that and put some glue on and done that part so you didn't have to watch. So I've used the book page. I've then made some leaves. I've got these, I'm going to show you, I've got these little leaves. So basically, I mixed up some pinks. Of course, I'm going to go for the colours. You don't have to use all the colours. You can use some of them. So I've chosen this one. I tried to mix this one, but it was very difficult because it's quite a dark one. And I've used this one. But I've also put some sort of vanilla on. And I found a Nuvo pen, which is a Vanilla Sunday, which is... matches this, so I've got that. I've also found a warm grey, which, believe it or not, actually matches this sort of colour. I've used a black marker pen and I've got a white Posca pen and also a white marker pen. So what I did was I went ahead and just painted some leaves onto a piece of paper, and then I've used the black marker to go around them and made some various... They're not great. Amanda did show us how to do them, said trust the process, and I've gone round them and I've done the best I can. I'm not great at drawing leaves, I have to say, but we've gone for the pink. So these are all my leaves that I've made. Whether we use them all or not, I don't know. So let's just put those out the way for the minute so that I don't mess those up. And then I was thinking, right, leaves. So I've gone through my stash. I found, now it doesn't say anything about not being able to use washi tape. I found some pink, which does match here, and it's got leaves on it. So I'm hoping that that's okay to use. I'm sure Amanda will tell me if it's not. I think it is. I've also got a stencil, which has got some leaves on. And I found in my stamps, I've got these. So I've got these leaves here, this stamp set, and these here, which are really pretty. So I'm probably going to use those stamps as well on this. I'm probably going to have to try and find a dark colour to use, something like that to use of the stamp. What I've also done is I've gone ahead and tried to mix up as best I can this colour. So I've used a bit of white acrylic, a bit of grey, a bit of pink, and a bit of red to get this sort of shade. And that's probably the nearest that I'm going to get to that pink. So I'm happy with that. I've made a right mess and used too much. And I don't really know what I'm going to do. So I've done that part. I was thinking of sort of smushing some on with a stamp, with a sponge rather, which I have got. My old faithful sponge, which probably needs to go in the bin soon because it's well used. So I was thinking of maybe just, I don't know how this is going to go. It's just smooshing in places some of this pink. No particular. I'm wondering, I don't know if the stamp will work. Let's have a look. Where did I put the stamp? Oh, here. I don't know if this will work, but we can have a go. So if I just hold it there, we can try. Let's see. Let me lift that up. Not great. Not great, but I didn't think it would be. But it's just, you can sort of see the leaf. Let's have a go of the other one. I'm just going to turn this page round a minute and put it up that way. We'll have another go. It's probably too much. But if you don't try, yeah, it is too much. Right, let me put that out of the way because otherwise I'm going to get paint everywhere. And I'll wash that off afterwards. So I'll put that there a minute. Yeah, that hasn't really come out very well. So I'm just thinking, if I just smoosh a bit around my plate, and have that as a background, I can then do some of the leaves in a darker colour. I've made up far too much paint here, but what I could do is get some of her book pages and just smooch that and use some of that. I won't waste it. I'm just going to put a little bit there, and I will use that. I'll use that on some other pages. Yeah, let's get that out of the way. I've done a bit too much. Let me just get a wipe. So yeah, this is the first one, and it's a bit of a shot in the dark here because we're used to having something, but we haven't. So what I'm going to do, just going to go off camera and dry this, and I'll come back. Right, I've dried the page off, so we're dry. I've also had a look at my little paints, my little colour box colours. I've got a Merlot, which is a little bit, but I've got an eggplant, which probably the nearest that I can find to that colour. So I'm thinking I could try that. But I've also got peony, which is definitely that pink. So I'm wondering if we try the stamp in one of those colours, because obviously I can't use black because I haven't got black on here. I don't think I can use black, so I'm going to try and just put a little bit on here on this stamp. I don't mind if it doesn't come out completely, but let's see how that goes. These are very juicy, very, very juicy, so let's just try. We won't know. Oh yes, there we go. Oh, I like that. Hope you can see that. I'm just making, yes, I am. Oh, I like that. Right, we'll try that again then. So I could use the other stamp. I'm just literally touching it very, very lightly because it's so juicy. So maybe I could have another one coming across this way. And then I quite liked the hanging down one. Yes, I like that. So let me just wipe that off. I don't want it to stain the stamp. Clean that up. There we go. Right, let's take that one off. And there was another one which I really liked, this hanging down one, and that's leaves, so I can use that. So I've sort of ignored all the other colours on the palette and just using the pink. There's a surprise. Right, I'm going to turn this upside down because I want to have it coming down. And I'm wondering if I try the eggplant just to see if that comes out. It is slightly darker. Oh, I don't know if I'll get away with this colour. My sort of interpretation of that colour. We'll try. I don't know. Looks a little bit brighter, doesn't it? Might be too bright. Okay. I think that's a bit bright. I won't use that one. I certainly can't use that acrylic paint on here. It's got to be. I wonder if that was the eggplant, wasn't it? I just used. Maybe we'll use this one again because I can always use the vanilla sundae once this is dry, just over the top. But I'm definitely going with the peony. That's right. I'm going to have it hanging down that way. There we go. I'm just getting, that's not meant to be anything. I'm just literally using the colour that's on there, which, there we go. We'll go with that, shall we? So we're going to be using the leaves in a minute. So I'm going to get these over and we're going to use these. It's very difficult. You've got no green or blue or anything. So I'm just thinking maybe I should make some sort of, yeah. So we used the leaves. I've done the book page. We've definitely used the paint. I need something for texture in that sort of colour. And I'm not sure if I've got anything. So I think maybe I'll get my ribbon box out and have a look if I've got anything with those colours on, which I'm not sure. Let's have a look. That's too bright. That's too pink. That's too pink. That's not that sort of pink, is it? I wonder if I'd get away with that. It's a bit bright, isn't it? It's a bit of a brighter pink, that one. I've got the washi tape though, haven't I? And I'm hoping that I can use that. So would that would give us a bit of texture because it's different, but it's definitely got leaves on it. And it's that colour and it matches those. So I'm going to go for it and hope that that's okay. So I'm literally going to just tear a piece off and have that coming down here like that. It's got all the different colour leaves. That one's got writing on it. Now I did have, because I've got a whole collection of this washi tape with leaves on. I'm wondering if I get away with using, see that's got leaves on it, but it has got flowers as well. I'm not sure if I can't use that one because it's definitely got green leaves on and I can't introduce green. So I think we'll just stick with that one. It has got a bit of writing on it, but I'm going to have another piece. I do like this one. Yeah, there's leaves on that as well. So we'll go with that. So I'm just going to have it. Do you know what? I thought we were going to have a whole video then without her barking. Right, I'm just going there. And I'm going there. With those leaves. And then I think I'm just going to go for sticking down. So let's get the glue out. And I think I'm just going to put some glue on each one and come down the page. I'm hoping that this will stick. See, I like that one. So I did use the black marker just to go around the edges, and I used the white Posca pen to get the different designs. And they're all different shapes. That's the same. So let's go. I'm wondering if that's not going to be good enough glue. Maybe I should be sticking it with something else. Just thinking. I'm going to go down the page like this, and then we can, I've got plenty here to use. Let's have that one. I like that one. I did think they were a bit sort of school-like leaves when I made them, but, and this one I used some watercolours, picked out those two, and it's got a bit of glitter, a bit of shimmer to it. I did also put some of that warm grey on the back. See if these stay down. I might need to use something else. And I used the vanilla pen on here, the Nuvo Vanilla Sunday, and mixed it in a bit with the pink to get that sort of colour. They're not really sticking, are they? They're about sticking. I don't mind if they stick up a little bit. That's absolutely fine. And then I think I'm going to do a little collection of them. So one there. Maybe once they'll press down, they'll stick. One there. And then one coming out of the middle. Like that. There, let's put a little bit more on there. Go on, stick down. Right, and then let's use those. So I've done all the prep work really by making the leaves in advance. I didn't want you to have to sit through me painting those. But this is just going to be something that I can keep and look back on, and, you know, sort of challenge myself in the future to maybe pick out a prompt and a page and have a go. I mean, I'm liking it. Of course I am. It's pink. It's pink. So let's use some more of these just to fill in those places that haven't quite got. It's just strange not not having to stick to colours, because you've really got to think. It makes you think, rather than have that whole palette. So I did get the leaves in the little stencil. Just going to go across there. No rhyme or reason. I want to use them all. I've made them. I don't want them to sit in my bit box. I could use them in my side tuck journal, I suppose. But we're gonna go with it. We're going to use them up. And then maybe I could go around the yeah, that's a thought. I just had a thought. Doesn't happen often. There, that's used all of them. I like them. And that one can go down there like that. So I just had a thought. So this warm grey it is actually very similar to that. I'll get a piece of scrap and show you. I think it is anyway. So it's pretty much the match. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edges. I'm going to the trouble is it's not going to go on the page. It's only going to go on the book page colour, isn't it? I'm just give it a border, little squiggly border. I just wanted to bring another bit of colour in. That's all. Just do some little squidgies. Yeah, it brings a little bit in. And I don't think that one comes out on the paper very well. I mean, this one does. The Posca will, won't it? So maybe I could put some dots. Oh, won't on that colour, will it? Yep, that's coming out. Just giving it a little bit of extra. Just some dots. I'm not going to do too much because I don't want to ruin it. But this one's really good. Let's do some little bits on top of those. I think that's pretty much it. So I'm happy. I think I've used leaves, the book page, definitely used the paint, and I've put a bit of washi tape on for texture, but also this paint, I did add a bit of Anita's 3D paint, so it's actually sticking up, so that gives it a bit of texture. So that is my week 1, and I think I have filled the brief. So hope you enjoyed. I hope everyone's well. Crafty hugs. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. You thought I'd gone, and I completely forgot quickly. I hadn't put the sentiments on. So we've got be mindful, and I realised too late I'd gone round in the black pen. I hope that's okay because we did use black on the leaves. And then leaves remind us everything changes. So I've just sort of scored untidily around them to match the sort of untidy of the leaves. That is definitely it. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye bye.